Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is another lab video on AWS lab series. So today we will be looking at Cloudfront. So let's get started. On your browser, type amazon.QwikLabs.com. Click on sign in. You can sign in with Google account. In the search bar, type introduction to Amazon Cloudfront. Enter. Click on the first link. So this lab will make us understand about what is Amazon Cloudfront and how we can use Amazon Cloudfront in our real-time environment. So this is a free lab. The time allocated for the resources is 55 minutes. This guide introduces you to Amazon Cloudfront. In this lab, you will create an Amazon Cloudfront distribution that will use a Cloudfront domain name in the URL to distribute a publicly accessible image file stored in an Amazon S3 bucket. So what we are going to do is that we will have a file stored in Amazon S3 bucket. Amazon S3 lab is already done. So if you have not watched it yet, you can click on the I button that is popping up at the top right corner of this video. So we will have a file stored in Amazon S3 and we will distribute that file using Amazon Cloudfront domain. So what basically Amazon Cloudfront is that? Amazon Cloudfront is a content delivery services of Amazon. Topics covered. By end of this lab, we will be able to create a new Amazon Cloudfront distribution. Use your Amazon Cloudfront distribution to serve an image file. Delete your Amazon Cloudfront distribution when it is no longer required. So it explains what Amazon Cloudfront is. It is a content delivery web services. It integrates with other Amazon web services like Amazon S3 right now for this lab. Products to give developers and businesses an easy way to distribute content to end users with very low latency, high data transfer speeds, and no minimum users commitments. So we can see the series of tasks that we are going to perform today. The first task we will do is that we will store a publicly accessible image file in an Amazon S3 bucket. That means we will go to Amazon S3 services and we will create a new bucket and add a file, maybe an image file to that bucket. Secondly, we will create an Amazon Cloudfront web distribution where we can publish that Amazon S3 file. Create a link to your object and at the end delete your Amazon Cloudfront distribution when it is not required, and again delete your Amazon S3 bucket. And after that we will end our lab. So to start the lab, we can click on start lab at this button. It will start provisioning lab resources and it will take some few minutes. Now you can start the lab by clicking on open console. It will open a new tab and it will give you a login to management console of AWS. Okay, this is our management console. And this management console is only given for us only for 55 minutes. So we need to finish all these labs within 55 minutes. Since this lab is a very basic introduction to Amazon Cloudfront lab, it will not take more than 55 minutes. We have now login for console. So these are the login errors. If we find some login errors, we can use this process for solving it. So now let us go to task 1, store a publicly accessible image file in an Amazon S3 bucket. So now what we need to do is that we need to click on the S3, create a bucket name, and then we need to make that bucket public. And after that, we need to upload a file. So let's do that. Click on the S3 from here, or you can go to services and you can find S3 over here. Click on the S3. S3 is nothing but it's a object store place where we can store different files in the form of buckets. We have already discussed about S3, so you can go and visit that video if you don't know about S3. So we need to create a bucket, give the bucket name. It is suggesting that give the bucket name as CF bucket and replace bucket with a random number. So let's give CF bucket and give a random number 1011. Let's say this name should be unique on all over the AWS regions. click on create bucket. So we have successfully created a bucket. You can go to the bucket link and go to permission. We can see that block all public access is on. That means if we upload any kind of file on this S3 bucket, this file will not be publicly accessible. So to make it publicly accessible, we need to edit that and uncheck it, which will make our bucket publicly accessible. Click on save, type confirm, click on confirm. So now we have changed our public access setting. Now we need to go back to our bucket. Click on the bucket. Now we need to upload any file. So let's go on this process. We have changed this permission, block public access setting. Now let's add the file. For adding the file, we need to go to upload, and we can drag and drop file, or we can simply click on add files. So right now let me add this file, screenshot 1. Click on open and go to the next, and on set permission we need to make a change. So for that we need to go to this link and we need to grant public read access to this object. Now this object is now publicly accessible. Click on next, or simply you can choose upload. Okay, we have uploaded this file. Now we are in the process number 16. Copy the name of your file to your text editor for later use. So the file name is this. Let me make a record in Notepad, because we need to get this name for changing some configurations in Amazon CloudFront. So screenshot 1.png. Click the file you uploaded on S3 object URL, copy the link to the clipboard and paste it. So if we click on this file, we can see this tab, and under this section you can get this object URL. Simply this is a link created by S3 bucket for accessing your file. Let me copy it, or you can also see it from here. So let's copy this, paste the link in a new browser tab and give enter. Let me paste it, enter. So we can see that the file is accessible. Now we need to create a Amazon CloudFront web distribution which will use this file and distribute it using Amazon CloudFront services. So now in the AWS Management Console, we need to go to services and search for CloudFront. You can see this CloudFront. So here we can see Amazon CloudFront getting started. So create distribution, and we need to create a web distribution if we want to speed up distribution of static and dynamic content. For example, .html, .css, .php and graphics file. This is also used for distributing media files using HTTP or HTTPS. We can also add, update or delete objects and submit data in the web form. You can use it for live streaming to stream an event in a real time. You store your files in an origin, either an Amazon S3 bucket or a web server. After you create the distribution, you can add more origins to the distribution. So right now we have used our Amazon S3 bucket for origin, and now we will be using CloudFront for distributing our files in the web. So click on get started. So let me go to this. Now on origin domain name, select the S3 bucket you created. So the S3 bucket that we created is this CF bucket 1011. Let me click that scroll to the bottom of the page, then click create distribution. So we should not have to provide any of the configurations right here. So let's go to down and simply create distribution. So it will take a long time for changing this status. So we will wait for a while. The status column shows in progress for your distribution like this. After Amazon CloudFront has created your distribution, the value of the status column for your distribution will change to deployed. So this value should be changed into deployed. At this point, it will be ready to process request. This should take around 15 to 20 minutes. The domain name that Amazon CloudFront assigns to your distribution appears in the list of distributions. It will look similar to this. Amazon CloudFront now knows where your Amazon S3 origin server is, and you know the domain name associated with the distribution. You can create a link to your Amazon S3 bucket contained with that domain name and have Amazon CloudFront serve it. So it's still on progress. So now after this status is changed to deployed, we can use this domain name as given here to access this file. And when we try to use this domain name for accessing this file, this Amazon CloudFront distribution will know the link of our S3 bucket. So it will redirect us to the S3 bucket and choose the file that is stored on S3 bucket. As it is saying that it will take 15 to 20 minutes. So let's meet when it is changed to deployed status. As we can see, the status is now changed to deployed. So let us continue with our lab. Task 3, create a link to your object. Copy the following HTML into a new text file. So let us copy this and paste it on here. So now what we need to do is that in your text file, replace the domain with your Amazon CloudFront domain name. So we have the Amazon CloudFront domain name right here. Let us copy this and replace this domain with the CloudFront domain. And now let us replace this object with our object name. Like this. So now what we did is that we created a HTML file where the image source is in this link. This link is redirected to our CloudFront distribution, and this is the object store. So we need to save it now with the name myimage.html. So save this. You can save it anywhere. Give it myimage.html. Now let us open that web page. Let me open it with Google Chrome. We can see that my CloudFront test, my text content goes here, and we get this image. So this image is now being distributed by CloudFront distribution. So this is the way where we can use the CloudFront distribution to share any of the files by using CloudFront domain and S3. Task 4, delete your Amazon CloudFront distribution. So here we can click on it, click on the distribution. At the top of the screen, click disable. Click disable. So now this CloudFront distribution will stop working. This can take up to 15 minutes. So we need to wait until this status is changed. The value of the state column immediately changes to disabled. Wait until the status column changes to deployed. So we need to still wait for this status to change it to deployed. So the status has been changed to deployed. Now we can simply reload this file. As we can see, the image is now not being loaded because the Amazon CloudFront distribution is disabled. So simply click on this and you can click delete. Yes, you can delete it. So Amazon CloudFront has been deleted. Now for deleting S3, go to your services, go to S3. So before deleting this bucket, we need to delete the files inside this bucket. So click on the bucket, click on the file, click on action, delete, delete. So the object has been deleted. Go back to your bucket and now click on your bucket and click on delete. Type the bucket name, click on delete bucket. So the bucket also has been deleted. So with this we have completed our today's lab. What we did today is that we created our S3 bucket. We placed a file inside the S3 bucket, an image file. After that we went to CloudFront. We created our CloudFront distribution and we linked that CloudFront distribution with our S3 bucket. And also we linked that CloudFront domain name to our HTML file, and which allowed us to access that file. And then we deleted the CloudFront distribution and we deleted this S3 bucket. So hope you understood about the basic concept of Amazon CloudFront and how we can use it for distributing the content of S3. So now click on this account name, click on sign out. You can close this screen and you can simply click end lab. Let us verify we have did all. Deleted your S3 bucket, we have deleted it, and we have sign out from the account. So we have successfully completed creating a new Amazon CloudFront distribution. Used your Amazon CloudFront distribution to serve an image file which is stored in Amazon S3 bucket, and also delete your Amazon CloudFront distribution when it is no longer required. So additional resources, you can go to this link for reading the documentation of CloudFront, what is CloudFront and all the details. You can find a lot of information about Amazon training and certifications right here. For more AWS Self-Less Lab, you can go to this URL amazon.QwikLabs.com, and for feedback and suggestion you can mail it to this link. And for the feedback of this video, you can comment down. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and click on subscribe button as well. So we can now close this lab by clicking on end lab. So this is it for today. Thank you very much.